Hello everyone, myself Tulsi Patel. I'm working as nursing tutor at Knowledge Institute of Nursing, and today we will study about physical examination of the skin. So first of all, we will see it also means integumentary system. So what are the functions of the skin? So protection, it protects us from various virus, bacteria or anything or any UV rays or anything, sunlight and everything. Then absorption, it absorbs vitamin D. Then regulation, it regulates the excretory function of the body. Then synthesis, then and the next one is and most important is sensory system. So what is the procedure? First of all, we will see about inspection. So inspect the skin surface for any lesion or marks and palpate with fingertips for edema and skin turgor. Many of people are suffering with various kind of disorder which can cause this edema of any body part and skin turgor, which is most important. Then it also indicates sometimes skin turgor also indicates the dehydration. Then third one is palpate the skin temperature contralaterally using the back of the hands. Okay. So next one is the color of the skin, the areas of uniform color, then pigmentation, redness, jaundice, and the patient who are suffering with jaundice will have yellowish discoloration of the skin, and cyanosis, the patient who is having lack of oxygen supply, they will suffer with the cyanotic skin. The next one is vascular changes, means purpuric lesion, ecchymosis means there is redness of the various part of the skin. The capillaries are broken and which can cause the ecchymosis. Then petechiae, vascular lesions, angiomas, hemiangiomas, and venous starts. The next one is lesions. So what will you note in lesions? So the type, color, size, distribution, location of the lesion, consistency of the lesion, how the lesion is grouping, whether it is linear method or any clustered form, then annular, linear, circular, and clustered. So these are the most important thing. You will note when you are going to observe the lesion, you will study it detail in your MSc. Then the next one we will notify is edema, pitting or non-pitting. So moisture content and temperature, increased or decreased distribution of temperature changes, then texture of the skin and mobility and turgor. So effects of aging in the skin, skin vascularity and the number of sweat and sebaceous gland decrease, affecting the thermoregulation, and inflammatory response and pain perception diminish. As you are observing, the older people or elder one in your house will have decreased sensation of temperature or anything. Then thinning of epidermis and prolonged wound healing make elderly more prone to injury and skin infections. Sometimes the one who are suffering with diabetes will have delayed healing process due to their sugar level. So these are the important things you are going to note it down. And skin cancers are more common. So we will study the primary lesion of the skin. The first one is macule, which is small spot that is not palpable and it is less than 1 centimeter in diameter. The next one is patch, which is a large spot that is not palpable but it is greater than 1 centimeter. The next one is papule, is small superficial bump that is elevated and that is less than 1 centimeter, and plaque, which is large superficial bump that is elevated but greater than 1 centimeter. The next is nodule. It is a small bump with a significant deep component and it is less than 1 centimeter. The next is tumor, which is large bump with a significant deep component and it is larger than 1 centimeter. The next one is cyst. It is sac containing fluid or semisolid material, for example, cell or cell product. Usually the people who are getting burned second degree or third degree may have developed this cyst form. And the next one is vesicle, a small fluid filled bubble that is usually superficial and that is less than 0.5 centimeter. The next is bulla, is large fluid filled bubble that is superficial or deep and that is more than 0.5 centimeter. The last one is pustule, is pus containing bubble often categorized according to whether or not they are related to hair follicles. It is usually happens in your hairs or in your scalp. So you will note about there are four types: follicular, which is generally indicative of local infection; then folliculitis, which means superficial, generally multiply; and fornicle, it is deeper form of folliculitis; and carbuncle, which means the deeper and multiple follicles follicle. So here are the figures of various skin lesions which we have seen. So as you can see, this one is the macule, and you can see the example of macule is capuolate spot or Mongolian spot, which is usually occur in the newborn, which is totally normal, and Mongolian spot does not get relief after the aging. Okay. So the next one is palpable and solid lesions. So you can see here, this one is the papule, and the example are elevated nevus, which is also called mole. We all are having moles on our body, which usually does not get disappear. The next one is nodule. So nodule is the example of nodules are fibroma and intradermal nevus. The next one is tumor, means lipoma. The patient who are suffering with cancer will develop the tumor. The next one is plaque. The patient who are suffering with psoriasis or lichen planus will suffering with the plaque. The next one is wheal. So wheal you are usually happen due to mosquito bites. And the next one are palpable but fluid filled masses. So the next one is vesicle. It is usually happen in herpes simplex early stages. And the next one is bulla. So it happens in pemphigus or pemphigoid. And the last one is pustule, which usually happen in acne vulgaris. Many of you are suffering with acne vulgaris. And the lesion which appear on acne, which usually called pustule. So the secondary lesion of the skin, the scale is accumulation or excess shading of the stratum corneum. Scale is very important in the differential diagnosis since it is present indicates that the epidermis is involved. Scale is typically present where there is epidermal inflammation or like psoriasis, tinea or eczema. Crust is dried exudate like blood, serum or pus on the skin surface. The next one is excoriation, which is loss of skin due to scratching or picking. Usually when we are scratching the mosquito bite or ant bite or any insect bite, usually this excoriation is happen on the skin. Then lichenification is increase in skin lines and creases from chronic rubbing. Macration is a raw and wet tissue. Fissure is a liner crack in the skin, often very painful. Then erosion is very superficial open wound with loss of epidermis or mucosa only. The last one is ulcer. It is very deep open wound with the partial or complete loss of dermis or submucosa. Then the vascular skin lesion. We have seen already the petechiae. It is round or purple macule associated with bleeding tendency or embolitis skin. The next one is ecchymosis. It is a round or irregular macular lesion larger than petechiae. Color varies and changes from black, yellow, and green hues and associated with trauma and bleeding tendency. These all are symptoms you can also see in the liver disorder. Then the next one is cherry angioma. It is popular and round and red or purple may blanch with the pressure and normal age-related skin alteration. The next one is spider angioma. It is red arterial lesion, central body with radiating branches and commonly seen on the face, neck, arm and trunk. It is usually associated with liver disease or liver cirrhosis, pregnancy and vitamin B deficiency. The next one is telangiectasia. It is shaped various spider-like or linear, bluish in color or sometimes red. It does not blanch when pressure is applied. Secondary to superficial dilation of venous vessel and capillaries. The last one is edema. It is presence of large amount of fluid in the interstitial space, usually due to fluid collecting in the subcutaneous tissue. Edema may be localized or generalized. Some causes are lymphatic obstruction, increased vascular permeability, decreased oncotic pressure due to low level of plasma protein. The plasma protein are albumin and globulins. So especially albumin or renal or cardiac disease. Collection of edema are named according to the site, like anasarca means massive generalized edema. The next one is ankle, which we also call the pedal edema. Then ascites, it is usually happen in liver cirrhosis and it occurs in peritoneal cavity. Then hydrothorax, it usually happen in thoracic cavity. Then periorbital edema, which is happening around the eyes and it is happening due to increased intracranial pressure. And sacral edema, which usually happen in lower back. Edema occurs in dependent area first, as you have also seen the site of the edema. Edema is graded on scale considering the depth of the indication, indentation, and the length of time to return to normal. So the assessment occur usually we can do press firmly with finger for 5 seconds. So these are the pitting edema grading scale. So grade 1 is +1, 2 mm or less, slightly pitting, no visible distortion or disappears rapidly. The second one is 2 plus, means 2 to 4 mm indent and somewhat deeper pit, no readable or detectable deterioration and disappears in 10 to 25 seconds. The third one is 3 plus, which means the 4 to 6 mm pit is noticeably deep and may last more than a minute, dependent on extremity, looks swollen and fuller. The 4 plus means 4 to 6 to 8 mm. It is very deep and lasts for 2 to 5 minutes and dependent extremity is grossly distorted. So this is how you can grade the edema scale. This one is the +1 means 2 mm. This shows the 2 plus edema means 4 mm indentation. The third one is 6 mm means 3 plus indentation and the last one is 4 plus means 8 mm indentation. So grading of generalized edema, it is usually we are doing like absent means absent or unilateral. And the patient may have or may not have edema. Then grade 1 means mild, both feet or ankle edema. Then grade 2 means moderate, both feet plus lower legs, hands or lower arms means extremity. And grade 3 means severe, generalized bilateral pitting edema and including both feet, legs, arms and face, which is also called term known as anasarca. So next is skin. We will observe it for color. So if the person is having bluish discoloration of skin, means increased amount of deoxygenated hemoglobin. It usually happen in heart or lung disease and cold environment means the patient is having French foot or anything. And the areas are nail beds, lips, mouth or skin. Then the next one is pallor, means decreasing color associated with hypoxia, reduced amount of oxyhemoglobin or reduced visibility of oxyhemoglobin resulting from decreased blood flow. It usually happens in anemia and shock. And the areas of the observation are face, conjunctiva, nail beds, palm of the hands and skin. The third one is loss of pigmentation, which is also called vitiligo. It is even hereditary condition and it is also happen like congenital or autoimmune and condition causing lack of pigment. And the areas of observation are lips, patchy areas on skin over face, hands and arms. The next one is yellow-orange means jaundice, increased deposit of bilirubin in tissue. It is usually happen in liver disease and destruction of red blood cell. The areas of observation are sclera, mucous membrane and skin. The next one is red means erythema, increased visibility of oxyhemoglobin caused by dilation or increased blood flow. It is usually happen in fever, direct trauma or alcohol intake. And if the baby is having very much reddish discoloration, the condition is called plethora. And the areas are face, areas of trauma, and sacrum, shoulder, or other common sites for pressure ulcer. The last one is tan brown. It means increased amount of melanin and condition are suntan and pregnancy. The areas of observation are areas of exposed to sun, face, arms, areola, or nipples. So this is how the cyanosis looks, and this one is the figure of erythema, condition called erythema. Then the next one is moisture, hydration of skin and mucous membrane. Observe for dullness, dryness, crusting, and flaking. The next you are going to observe is temperature. Palpate the skin with the dorsum of the hand, and temperature depends on the variation of blood supply. The next one is texture. The character of the skin surface normally smooth and soft. Then last one is skin turgor, means skin's elasticity. To assess the skin turgor, a fold of skin on the back of forearm or sternal area is grasped with the fingertips and released. Normally, skin lifts easily and snaps back immediately if the skin remains pinched when turgor is poor. So skin with decreased turgor remains elevated after being pulled up and released. It is usually happen in the older age, and you are going to assess skin turgor at sternum notch 2. The vascularity observed for petechiae and edema, areas of skin become swollen due to collection of fluid in tissue. And lesion we have already seen it. So this is how the petechiae looks like, and the next figure is for edema. The next one is hair and scalp. So note the color distribution, quantity, thickness, texture, and lubrication of hair and scalp. Check for lesions, lumps, or bruises. So this figure shows the tinea capitis, means ringworm of the scalp. The next one is nail. So nails are made up of keratin, a hard fibrous protein, which is also main constituent of hair. They lie on the nail bed, an area rich in blood vessels that gives the nail its color. Nail grow from matrix or active cells beneath a fold of skin called the cuticle and from the nanula, a crescent-shaped area at the base of the nail. So you are going to observe the parts of the nail. This is phrase. This one is nail body, nanula, cuticle, and nail root. So inspect the nail bed for color, cleanliness and length, thickness and shape of the nail plate, the texture of the nail, the angle between the nail and the nail bed. Observe for splinter, hemorrhage, and cyanosis and clubbing. The next one is palpate the nail base, normally smooth and round and convex. Check the capillary refill, grasp the finger and observe the color of the nail bed. Apply gentle firm pressure with the thumb to the nail bed and release it. As pressure applied, nail bed appears white or blanched. Pink color should return immediately on release of the pressure. So you can see this one is the clubbed finger, which usually happen due to very lack of oxygen supply to the extremity, and this you have to report it to the physician. So this you can see the cyanotic nails too. So calces and corns are formed on the toes or fingers. Callus is flat and painless, caused by thickening of epidermis. Corns are caused by friction and pressure from the shoes. So this is how the callus looks like, and this one is the corns. So this was about the assessment of integumentary system. Thank you so much for listening.